Good morning. It is the first day of December 2021, and I am live transcribing page 18 of Johann Zimmermann's Solitude, a book written or published in 1799, long out of print. This book is simply photocopies of it, of the document. And it's in very old English, originally written in Swiss. Or maybe it was German. I can't remember. Zimmermann was Swiss. So I think the Swiss can kind of have a potpourri of languages there: French, German, Swiss, maybe. And so my effort here, and I do this every day, is that I transcribe one page of the document from the Old English here into more modern English. And I'm going to do this in order to bring this book back. Let's bring it back. So let's make that a little bigger. This is the title page. You can see I have it all here now. I'm not worrying about the formatting just yet. I'm just I'm working on the getting the content in, and I will fix all the formatting at a later date, a later pass. And so there's where we are. This page into page 17 ends on with this sentence: the world is the only theater upon which great and noble actions can, keeping with the original structure. I'm going to insert a page break here, and we'll carry on from there. Here we go, and I'll bring it up in just a second. I'll show you. You can read along with me from the original, but I'll kind of start here. E, it's going to capitalize it. I don't want that capital. A little bigger like that. B, need to make a little more space. Heights of moral and intellectual excellence usefully attained. There. That. So the world is the only theater upon which great and noble actions can be performed, or the heights of moral and intellectual excellence usefully attained. The world is the only theater upon which great and noble actions can be performed, or the heights of moral and intellectual excellence usefully attained. Sounds like a true statement to me. Okay, now let me show you what we're actually working off of here. So here is the document itself. So the part I was just transcribing here at the top, where the heights of moral and intellectual excellence can be usefully attained. So now here, do you see this next second line near the end? It says, if you read that, it says the society. Well, clearly that's not society, that's society. So it uses that, there's a term for it, that S, that is actually an F, and I'm going to change that to a proper S. So here we go. The society of the, what is that? Well, wise, all capital, and good, comma, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords from the anxieties of business, is busyness of busyness and the cares of life, comma, conveys valuable information to the mind, comma, and virtuous feelings to the what? The brass? What the heck is that? BRC, virtuous feelings to the Bycast? The society of the wise and the good, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords from the anxieties of busyness. Is that, or is that business? Business. It's business, not busyness. Pleasing relaxation it affords from. Okay, I did write down business. The society of the wise and good, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords from form from the anxieties of business and the cares of life, conveys valuable information to the mind and virtuous feelings to the I have no idea what that word is. To the BRCAFT. I'll remember that. Their experience imparts its wisdom in a manner equally engaging and impressive. Semicolon. The faculties are improved, comma, and knowledge in what? Increased. Increased. Look at that. How's that looking? See, now you can see my work over here. Their experience there is there, isn't there a comma there? Their experience imparts its wisdom in a manner equally engaging and impressive. The faculties are improved and knowledge increased. Okay, and this is that word right here that I have no idea what it means. Braft. What that is. And it's so tempting. Yeah, I think I see it now. Go back to the original. Increased. Youth and age reciprocally contribute to the happiness of each other. Youth and age reciprocally contribute to the happiness of each other. That's a lovely, lovely idea. Such a society, comma, which it adds funnels, summons. What? What in the world is that word? Adds FU. It looks like FUMNELS. Funnels. That's not a word. I think. Unless that's S. Adds firmness. That's it. Adds firmness to the character. Yes. Firmness to the character, comma, gives. Is that fashion to the manners? Curious. Choice of words to the manners and opens immediately to the view, comma, the delightful models of wisdom and integrity. It is only in such society, such society that man can rationally hope to exercise, comma, with any proper prospect of success at latent principle in, in which continually prompts him to pursue the high felicity. Oh, what is that? Is it felicity? Felicity? I don't know. Of which he feels his nature capable, and of which the Creator has permitted him to form a faint idea. And that sentence there, see how messed up that is. Success, Creator, permitted. Okay. Okay, let's read this. Starting with this sentence up here. Let's see if we can digest this. Okay. The world is the only theater upon which great and noble actions can be performed, or the heights of moral and intellectual excellence usefully attained. So we are constrained to this one and only world where we live for all of the drama in this performance of this execution of life. Okay. Next. Okay, this is where I might need your help, anybody that's watching, to figure out this last word. The society of the wise and good, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords from the anxieties of business and the cares of life, conveys valuable information to the mind and virtuous feelings to the, gosh, what is that? Is that to the breast? No, that doesn't make sense. So he's saying that there's the society of the wise and the good. Again, keeping up with yesterday's observations that he was making about the two, realms of life, of human interaction. The society of those that are just distracting themselves watching TV all day, and those that are trying to move forward into something else. Very, very 18th century classist view, which I think it actually holds. I mean, that's still the case today. The society of the wise and the good, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords, so that society, that aforementioned society of wise and good, provides pleasing relaxation from the anxieties of business and the cares of life. It also conveys valuable information to the mind and virtuous feelings to the craft. What the heck is a craft? Breast. It's breast. It's breast. That's what it is. That makes perfect sense now. I can see it. Breast, and virtuous feelings to the breast. Okay, so the heart, so to speak. Oh, hey, not that much, Des. Good morning to you, or day wherever you are, and have a few minutes before the next meeting going to start. All right, good. This is my last day of freedom, so my meetings will be. I'll be with you on the meetings as of next week, as of tomorrow. Welcome. So I think I figured that one word out. Oh, and I forgot to put in italics. There's a couple down here. Latent principle was in italics. And high felicity. Doesn't felicity mean like some sort of like constancy or some keeping with something? Let's look it up. Google. Felicity definition. Felicity definition. Felicity, intense happiness. Oh, what a lovely word. Let's listen to that word.
Felicity.
Beautiful. Intense happiness. Zero Cool says, hello, how are you? What book is this? Also, do you know where one can find a copy of the Boswell book you are reading? Hello, Zero Cool. The book that I'm transcribing right now is Solitude by J.G. Zimmermann, a 18th century Swiss author who wrote this book, and it was transcribed into English. It's long out of print. So this you can buy it. I was able to buy it from like the Project Gutenberg type of project, and so this is literally photocopies of the original. What you're seeing here are literally photocopies of the original 1799 document. So and it's written in that old. It was translated into that old English style. So I read this book about last year, and I was so blown away by it. I thought it was so good, and I thought it was such a pity that it's not available. And so I decided, oh, by gosh, I'm going to make it available. So I'm transcribing the whole darn thing, and I'm modernizing the English, and I'm going to publish the book, not of course as my own, but as simply I have a labor of love to bring this book back into and make it available. And the Boswell book that I just finished, the Tour of the Hebrides, and the Journal of the Tour of the Hebrides. It's a collaboration between Samuel Johnson, who's, you can see right back here, these books here. That's the collected full complete works of Samuel Johnson right there, which I plan to read. I haven't started reading that. Those books are 200 years old. It's written by Samuel Johnson, and then his Boswell, which is kind of like Sherlock Holmes, the Watson to Holmes, right? In fact, there's one famous Sherlock Holmes episode where Dr. Watson complains that maybe Holmes doesn't need him, and Holmes says, where would I be without my Boswell? So the book that I just finished, which is down there on the ground next to the dog, right there, because I just finished it. This is the pile of completed books. This is the books to read. So I just added it right there. You can it's a travel journal. Yeah, well, heck, I'll just show you here. And you can get it on Amazon. And yes, it is a travel journal. Are they travel journals? Kind of. Which is your question. Let me explain it. It's really interesting. Uh, Boswell Johnson Journal of the West. There you go. It was completing it for me. Of the Western Isles. Okay. This is the book. That's an old one. $800. Wow, I guess that's an original copy. A copy of it. Man, I wish I could have that. But the Amazon, right on Amazon. Here it is. This is not the version that I have. A Journey to the Western Islands of Scotland. So, see, Samuel Johnson and James Boswell. So it's imagine. There we go. Imagine that these two decided to go off and explore Scotland together, and Boswell convinced Johnson to go. That's Boswell. I'm making myself too big here. That's Boswell over here on the right, and that's Johnson, obviously his large frame there on the left. And so they basically toured it, and Johnson, they both kept journals, and they both wrote books at the end. And so this is a combination of both of them. It leads with Samuel Johnson's document, and then follow, which is really interesting because Johnson describes it from the events of with the places that kind of like a geography of where they go, and then Boswell follows up in his with the dates, right? And then John Samuel Johnson is writing from his perspective of here's what I saw, this is what I noticed, here's how the people live in Scotland and the Hebrides, etc. And then Boswell writes about here's how Dr. Johnson responded to what he saw there. So you get to see someone write, you get the perspective of the man, of the great man Johnson observing, and then you get the perspective of someone who admires him writing about how he responded, how he experienced all of that. It's a fascinating. I really enjoyed it, but it took me it took me 3 months. I started in September, and at the start of September, and I finished it just yesterday. September, October, November. It took me 3 months to get through that. It was 400 odd pages because it was so dense and rich. It was really good stuff. I'm sorry, I went on and on. I hope that answers your question. So we've got that now. Let's take a look, go back over here and continue our work on this. We've got that sentence down. The society of the wise and good, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords from the anxieties of business and the cares of life, conveys valuable information to the mind and virtuous feelings to the breast. Very good. We've got that one. Let's get rid of that color. And I hope that information was helpful to you. Zero cool. Okay, here's the next sentence. Their experience. See. I know what it is. Word wants to insert a comma there. Oh, change it to there. Right there, like there. Yes, that's right. That's what it wants to do. I'm going to say ignore because I don't think that's what it wants. It wants that personal possessive there instead of this there. Their experience imparts its wisdom in a manner equally engaging and impressive. The faculties are improved and knowledge increased. Okay, so it's there is in that place, in that circumstance. Experience imparts its wisdom in a manner equally engaging and impressive. So you gain wisdom and experience spending time in the society of the wise and the good. The faculties are improved and knowledge increased. Right. The benefits of spending time in such society. Their experience, I'll see if I can read that more naturally. Their experience imparts its wisdom in a manner equally engaging and impressive. The faculties are improved and knowledge increased. Very good. Very happy with that. We've got that. I think we've successfully transcribed that bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go, this is a short sentence, so I'm going to go 2 sentences. Let's do these 2 sentences. It's not taking. Yeah, sometimes Word just kind of forgets it, right? It's strange. So we'll just do this sentence and then the other. Youth and age reciprocally contribute to the happiness of each other. That makes sense, right? I mean, the young and the old, they kind of give to one another in the process of being young and old. The imagine the aged people sitting on the stoop watching the children at play, and likewise the young people gain from the comfort and the wisdom of the old. At least that's what we old people like to tell ourselves. they don't seem to give a damn though. Such a society, which it adds firmness to. That can't be right. Such a society, while it adds firmness. Okay. Such a society, while it adds firmness to the character, gives fashion to the manners, and opens immediately to the view the delightful models of wisdom and integrity. So wait, that can't be right because there's that well there. Such a society, could it be which? While it adds such manners, there's this view, delightful models of wisdom and integrity. What do you think? Take a look. What is that word? Here's the original. Such a society. That's got to be while it adds, but then the sentence appears incomplete, right? Because he's setting us up for something. Such a society, while it adds what? Such a society, while it adds firmness to the character. Oh, I get it. He's resolving that with the after the first comma, after the comma after character. Here's how you read it. Such a society, while it adds firmness to the character, gives fashion to the manners, and opens immediately to the view the delightful models of wisdom and integrity. Yes, gotcha. Such a society, while it adds firmness to the character, gives fashion to the manners, and opens immediately. While adding firmness to the character, also gives fashion to the manners, opens immediately to the view the delightful models of wisdom and integrity. Just imagine spending an evening with Dr. Johnson, how that would do. Okay, not that much. Thank you for joining us. Take care. And you had a comment there. Thanks for the answer, Kurt. You sound like a great read. It really is. I really enjoyed that book a lot, but it is a lot of work reading that book. It is a very writerly book. Writerly being, of course, the a book that requires you to participate with the author in the execution of the reading. You can't just. It's certainly not a simple read. Let's go on to the next. It's a lot of work, is what I mean, and good work. It is only in such society that man can rationally hope to exercise with any prospect. I got more of a pause there. It is only in such a society that man can rationally hope to exercise with any prospect of success that latent principle which continually prompts him to pursue the high felicity of which he feels his nature capable and of which the Creator has permitted him to form a faint idea. Ooh, I love the idea of the faint idea. So the latent principle. So what would that be? Hope to success. The latent principle, which continually prompts him. I wonder what he means by that. I mean, clearly, spending time in such the society of the he describes the wise and the good helps to develop some prospect of a latent principle. I think we need to know more about the context that he was living in at the time to understand what that latent principle is. Probably a religious idea, which continually prompts him to pursue the high felicity, felicity being happiness, of which he feels his nature capable and of which the Creator has permitted him to form a faint idea. Tantalizing idea. The Creator tantalizes us with some prospect of happiness. Interesting. Okay, so I think I've got that part down. If you have a look here, the next part here below is a kind of like a poetic piece. This is probably only half of it. No, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. The next part isn't. So you fit that whole poem there. And isn't it interesting how he did it? He has these quotation marks uh, at the left at the start of every sentence, of every line, not sentence, but every line, and then and then a closing quotation mark here. A different form and structure. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so let's try to do that. I'm going to indent or go to a new line, and I'm going to drop down to 8-point font. And here we go. In every human heart there lies reclined. Oh, and I forgot to mark. Now, I'm not going to keep that convention that he had with every quotation mark at every line. That just confuses people. Some pregnant with ethereal mind, comma, some plastic power, comma, some intellectual ray, comma, keep me honest, intellectual ray, some genial sunbeam from the source of day, semicolon, something that warms, comma, and, comma, relieves to aspire, relief, restless to aspire, and restless to aspire, comma, wakes the young heart and sets the soul on fire, semicolon, soul on fire, and bids us all inborn powers employ to catch the phantom of ideal joy. Capital J, close quotation mark. Okay. In every human heart there lies reclined some atom pregnant with ethereal mind, some plastic power, some intellectual ray, some genial sunbeam from the source of day, something that warms and, restless to aspire, wakes the young heart and sets the soul on fire, and bids us all inborn powers employ to catch the phantom of ideal joy. Wow, he summed it all up right there. Right, that whole above section. So within us is that little germ of peace and happiness, and then if we can uh, find a way, maybe in the company of, it doesn't say this part, but in the company of the, as he called, the wise and the good, we can find a way to set us going and then we can employ our powers, our inner powers, to strive after and achieve that joy. What a lovely sentiment. That's it for the page. Let's go ahead and read that page from the top. Now that we have transcribed it, we've corrected the errors. Let's read it. Take a drink of water first. Let's have a little music. The world is the only theater upon which great and noble actions can be performed, or the heights of moral and intellectual excellence usefully attained. The society of the wise and good, exclusive of the pleasing relaxation it affords from the anxieties of business and the cares of life, conveys valuable information to the mind and virtuous feelings to the breast. Their experience imparts its wisdom in a manner equally engaging and impressive. The faculties are improved and knowledge increased. Youth and age reciprocally contribute to the happiness of each other. Such a society, while it adds firmness to the character, gives fashion to the manners, and opens immediately to the view the delightful models of wisdom and integrity. It is only in such society that man can rationally hope to exercise, with any prospect of success, that latent principle which continually prompts him to pursue the high felicity of which he feels his nature capable, and of which the Creator has permitted him to form a faint idea. In every human heart there lies reclined some atom pregnant with ethereal mind, some plastic power, some intellectual ray, some genial sunbeam from the source of day, something that warms and, restless to aspire, wakes the young heart and sets the soul on fire, and bids us all inborn powers employ to catch the phantom of ideal joy. Wow. I really enjoyed that. Just imagine, you know, those words have been lying within this book for 220 22 years, right? I mean, I'm sure people have read it along the way, but I mean, it's great to bring it back and to put it into a more modern form so that we can read it with ease and enjoy the beautiful sentiments within. This has been fun. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. Thank you, those of you who joined me on this. Tomorrow we will work on page 19. We're getting there. How many pages total? With the index. Gosh, we're closing in on It's like little less than 400 pages total. Okay. Well, take care, everybody. I hope you all have a great day and make it a good life. Take care.